Brandon Sullivan, a handsome New Yorker in his early 30s, is introduced living a life of carefully managed routines. He wakes in his minimalist apartment to the sound of a distant alarm. He ignores a message from a woman named Marianne. His life seems normal, yet under the surface, Brandon grapples with an insatiable addiction to sex. On the subway, Brandon's eyes fixate on a pretty woman. Their gazes meet and a silent seduction begins. At his sterile office job, Brandon is distracted by his colleague Marianne, but also by the constant stream of internet pornography available at his fingertips. He hires a prostitute named Alexa and goes through the motions of a transaction. As Alexa gets ready, Brandon pulls her onto the bed. The morning after, another desperate message from Marianne. The voice on the answering machine grows increasingly desperate, but Brandon is unmoved, focused only on his immediate desires. In a meeting, Brandon's boss, David, delivers a monologue about the unstoppable nature of viruses. Brandon meets Alexa for another transaction. Back on the subway, he obsessively pursues the woman from his earlier train ride, only to lose her in the crowded station. He returns to work. His computer has been removed due to a virus. Unable to resist, he retreats to a bathroom stall to masturbate. Later, he learns his computer was removed because of the excessive amount of pornography and explicit content he had stored on it. Brandon opens the door for a mother struggling with a buggy. He does some shopping and retreats back into his apartment. Alone, he watches more pornography. The phone rings, but he ignores it. Then, the answering machine plays a message that is from his mother, revealing that she has terminal cancer and only 1 week to live. The next day, he runs into a cute neighbor in his building. He chats briefly with her and is shown watching her behind as she walks into his office. He finds a colleague, Marianne, talking on the phone at her desk. David invites Brandon out after work with clients to a bar. As the evening progresses, David becomes drunk. He aggressively flirts with a woman he just met. David shares with his friend that his sister will be in town as the reason he cannot go out again. Brandon runs into Elizabeth in his cab leaving the bar. He presses Elizabeth against the wall on the side of the freeway and they have sex. Returning to his apartment, Brandon is shocked to find his sister, Sissy, has arrived. She is naked in his bathroom. Sissy explains she used his spare key. She has called him many times, yugs him. Brandon goes to his living room and takes his sister's scarf and sniffs it. He replays a message on his answering machine. Sissy tells him that she loves him. He moves the laptop and goes to get up. He has a flashback. Back in the present, Sissy says that she wants to stay with him. Brandon ignores his sister's wishes and begins making breakfast. Sissy walks out and asks him about whether she looks fat. Hirigodiat. Sissy brings up Mark, her boyfriend. She asks Brandon, can she stay with him? Mark is being a jerk. Brandon tells her that she can sleep on the couch. The next morning, Sissy stands with Brandon on the platform as he waits for his train. He pulls her off of the platform and asks her if she is all right for money. She playfully puts on his hat, lit a scoobly. David is on the phone talking to his son. He asks what is up, and Brandon tells him that Steven said that David wanted to see him. He tells him about his root canal this morning. Ooh, David asks about it. Then, David gets to the point. Brandon's hard drive is filthy. A lot of sluts on there, according to his friend David. Brandon leaves David's office and goes to get coffee. Hiram is there. He asks Marianne for hey and then talks about her sugar. That night, Brandon and David visit a swanky club where Sissy is performing. She dedicates New York to him. He is touched. Afterwards, David flirts with Sissy and convinces her to let him teach her how to drive in a golf cart. Brandon is uncomfortable, and he makes it known. David leaves the club with Sissy. The next day, Brandon is at work and David reveals he slept with Sissy. That night at Brandon's apartment, David and Sissy are in the bedroom having sex while Brandon listens. Disturbed, he goes out for a run. The city is alive as he runs. He puts his headphones on. He returns to find Sissy. She is on the couch looking at what is on the laptop. The next day, Brandon takes his laptop and phone, puts them in a garbage bag, and throws them in the trash. Brandon then goes to Marianne. They go to a hotel and have sex. Afterwards, Brandon is uncomfortable and Marianne leaves. The scene cuts to Brandon having sex with a prostitute in the hotel room. One day, he arrives to see his sister and asks what she is doing. She tells him about the boss and how she fucked up. Brandon is mad. Later, Brandon locks his sister out of the bathroom door. Sissy then goes to Brandon's laptop and looks at the computer files. She leaves the apartment again. Brandon is in the club looking for a hookup. On the way home, Brandon gets beat up by the last hookup. The next morning, Brandon learns that Sissy has attempted suicide. He visits her at the hospital where she is recovering. The film concludes with Brandon waiting on a subway platform, the same place where the film began. He meets the eyes of the pretty woman whom he met before. He boards. The doors close. He boards. They stare at each other intently, a moment of recognition passing between them, and Brandon seems to decide, a look of both terror and resolve on his face as the story cuts to black. Thanks for tuning in. Stay curious, stay awesome, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more amazing content.